Okay, welcome back. There's just sort of I think, minute or so to go for the pre-open session. SGX is indicating, a 90-point higher start, 17,200 or so is where we should open up according to the SGX. We'll have the rates up, the pre-open rates up in just a bit from now. Mitessh and Sudarshan are with us with what they are making of things and their trades. Gentlemen, good morning. Good to have both of you here. Time for a bit of a bounce. Sudarshan, what do you think?
Good morning. See, it's quite possible we'll have a bounce. The Nifty should open now 17,100 because the SGX is talking about futures rates. But this bounce is not tradable. See, volatility is so high, there is no way to predict that this bounce will sustain. It will continue higher and higher throughout the day. So it's not worth entering. There are some decent and well-known measures of volatility. That is the VIX, historical volatility, average to range. All of these measures are at extreme levels. Once one or more of these measures start falling, that's a sign that volatility is coming down, and then we should enter the market. I don't think we'll get anything by entering and trading, haphazardly today. So best to avoid.
Okay, best to avoid this market. I guess that's some sane advice coming through because things could go either way, right? Mitessh, do you reckon that even if a pullback comes, it could be very shallow and the sell-on rally trade is something that could persist through the course of this week?
Good morning. I think eventually yes, but in the short term, we are very oversold. Yesterday, I talked about the fact that the targets of 17,000, 17,100 zone was met, and we had taken off our short positions. I think there is significant space on the upside because the moving averages are lagging, and the retracements also suggest that there could be slightly, a decent kind of a pullback. Though I don't want to be aggressively long on the index, but on stock side, we'll explore long positions. The first key test, I think, for the Nifty will come around the 17,280, 300 mark. So I think that's the target which I'm keeping for the bounce back. It could happen in a day or two. But I think, in case we start failing around that level, then I think we'll again go to the short side of the trade. So for the timing, maybe trading with a mild positive bias. Clearly, because one, we have taken, closer short positions. We have hit strong support levels and we are very, very oversold. So the bounce back is expected to be slightly stronger, maybe a day or two is what I think the index will do.
Sure. Well, that's exactly what the screen is saying right now. We've got the pre-open rates, the initial ones, and it seems to be a roaring pullback if you go and believe these rates for now. 250 points up on the Nifty, Infosys, SBI, ICICI Bank, Reliance. It's a complete stampede, green stampede on the screen. These are pre-open rates. Let's see how they settle and let's see the actual opening. But just to get back to the point, Mitessh, you were saying that you will be cautious on the index, but you're happy playing long in individual stocks. So let's get down to some of those ideas.
Yeah, so I think, so a lot of stocks in this correction have come to their medium-term support levels and are also showing signs of some reversals. So I've identified a few of them. REC is the first buy call. Keep a very tight stop at 115.5. Look for a target of 123. It's trading at a gap support. The overall structure is good. So this could bounce back. Disclaimer, I have it in my long-term portfolio. Deepak Nitrate is a buy with a stop at 1810 for targets of 1875. The third buy call is on BEL, Bharat Electronics. Here I would recommend buying with a stop at 91 for targets of 97. And UBL is the final buy call. Keep a stop below 1430 here, and a 1480, 1485 kind of a target can be looked at to begin with.
I don't think we're getting a 200-point gap up. It should settle down. It must settle down. And the problem with a big gap up is that it kind of removes the tradable opportunity because you start right there. Then what do you do? That's the point. But let's see. 17,224. By the way, if we open here, this is exactly yesterday's high. This is the level from where we sold off, and this is the level I put out. Once you trade consistently above it, you perhaps can look for some long opportunities. But with a 150-point gap straight off the bat, much easier to get a bit of a gap down. And if you have the view that things will get better, go long then rather than trying to chase a big open. Sudarshan is still with us with his specific trades on stock. Sudarshan, what do you have?
Yeah, but first, you're quite right, Prashant. Suppose it opens 200 points higher. Can the trader go back to yesterday and buy? That's not possible, which is what I said, that volatility will remain high. A 100-point dip after the open will be normal, but traders will be butchered. So be very careful. Now, Bajaj Auto is an intraday short. short selling should be done only intraday, stop above 3800. Bharti Airtel was coming in my list earlier. It's actually had an up day yesterday, which is quite nice. This is a positional buy. All buys are positional buys. Buy with a stop under 760. United Spirits are probably like UBL is now giving a base building formation. I think it's worth buying into. Keep it a positional buy with a stop under 734. And Bank Baroda is an intraday short. If you get a gap up, you might consider that, adjust your stop loss accordingly. Stop above 165.
Sudarshan, hi, morning. You did mention Bharti Airtel. I wanted your views on the other stock, Reliance. There's some news on Reliance today. But what about the charts? It's underperformed the Nifty as well for so long. Do you see any immediate levels in sight? What's the trade on Reliance, if at all?
Reliance is a mirror image of the Nifty for most of the time. So just like the Nifty, Reliance is an excellent buying opportunity for people who are looking for investments and who say, okay, we want to buy on a dip. I don't have a view on the next few days.
Okay, all right. Let's thank our guests for joining in, our technical guests, and get back to the market pre-opening rates, which have settled higher. 100 points in the green, whether this